Hello everybody, this is Sarahscopic and you're watching another episode of Traffic Musings. As you can see, it is once again very bright outside. Also, the traffic today is a little worse than normal, and that's all I really got to say about that subject. Sorry if I seem a little out of it. Today was kind of a weird day for me. I can't really go into further detail because with the nature of my job, I can't really explain what I do. No, I'm not a secret agent or part of the FBI, although that'd be kind of cool. Actually, not really. Their lives are like always in danger, so probably not that cool, but that's okay. Nothing really serious. It's just, you know, confidentiality and all that kind of stuff, so I have to kind of be careful. Oh my goodness, the line of cars I can see because it curves that it just never ends. What is it so bad about today then? Like, whatever. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. Ah, I hate Mondays. Like, I'm not like one of those, oh my gosh, Mondays always suck club, but my goodness, like, Mondays are just not fun for me overall, I guess. I mean, they're not fun for anybody. I don't know what I'm saying at all right now. Is this funny? Are you entertained? Probably not. What am I gonna talk about today? I don't even know. So I like to travel. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but traveling's pretty cool. I was very lucky to be in a family that also really liked traveling. Both my parents found traveling out of the country or within the country to be very important. And I was raised in a family that also had the means to travel. So I've been to a lot of pretty cool places. I have visited France twice, 10 years apart, hilariously enough. I visited once when I was 8 and then again when I was 18. So, following by that pattern, I will visit there again when I'm 28, and we'll just have some fun from there. I'm just kidding. I have family in Switzerland, actually, and so we've gone there twice. Whenever we went to France, we also went to Switzerland. I have also been to Japan. We went there for kind of a family 2-week vacation over the summer once, and that was really awesome. I very much enjoyed my time there. It was also pretty cool because my brother at the time was studying a lot of Japanese history and culture, and so he knew a lot of the stuff that we were, you know, looking into and stuff like that. And so that was always pretty cool to have someone who, you know, was able to kind of also help explain. We also had a fantastic tour guide. We actually were part of a tour, like with some other people, kind of like a Japanese tour group. So we had different tour guides, but we all kind of followed a similar tour structure, which was pretty cool. It was actually just the right amount of like freedom, but also right amount of structure. We knew where we were staying and stuff like that. We all kind of stayed in the same place and we kind of hung out the same group, but we had some freedom as far as like which tours we were going to take, and there was lots of downtime in between things, and so I never felt like I was constrained in like a weird school tour. It was, you know, enough structure that we were able to have someone, you know, that could help us to navigate Japan and such like that. Tokyo was crazy. I don't know how else to describe it. Fascinating place, but my goodness. And I thought New York City was bad. Thankfully, I'm not like super claustrophobic unlike some of my family members, and so that part wasn't really an issue for me. I've also been to Hawaii. I remember going to Hawaii. I was 10 years old, and that was super awesome. Mostly because, I mean, I got to say I went to Hawaii. That was one thing. I was a 4th grader who was going to go to Hawaii over, like, midwinter break. It was pretty hype. That's all I got to say. It was pretty hype. I also have technically been to the Bahamas and Jamaica, but those, and I have been there. My father had to go there as part of like a work thing, or I think that was actually the work like vacation. I can't remember. My parents can correct me, even though we just talked about this. Yeah, that was actually really funny. So we had this fight over the dinner table once about when we went to the Bahamas versus Jamaica. See, I had remembered that we had gone to Jamaica first and then we went to the Bahamas later, mostly because I had more memories of the Bahamas than I did of Jamaica, and so I insisted that we must have gone to the Bahamas second. And I kind of even distinctly remember going to the Bahamas and being told, oh yeah, remember we went to Jamaica and this happened? And when we were at the dinner table, we were just talking, and the rest of my family members insisted the opposite, that we went to the Bahamas first. And everyone's telling about all these memories, and I'm sitting there, feel like I'm going crazy, because I'm thinking, I remember this happening the opposite way around. What is going on? Thankfully, my mother had her scrapbook, and she took that out, and we looked into it, and I was totally right! We We went to the Bahamas second. Okay, so I should say, like, as my brother insisted that we were both right, but I was more right. What happened was my family, we took a cruise before we went to Jamaica, and this cruise stopped at different parts of the Bahamas, but we never stayed at the Bahamas. We just stopped off there. And so my brother had gotten it mixed up that way because he had forgotten that we went to the Bahamas later on in our life, which I don't know how you would forget that since that is later memories, but whatever. Memories are weird. We were both technically right. I was still more right because there were several memories he had of Jamaica that I knew were not from Jamaica, that was totally from the Bahamas, and those I was right about, but whatever. He'll scream and shout at me and say that I'm a loser, but don't care. I was more right. I win. Real winner here. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, right, vacations. I haven't gone, like, all over America or anything like that. I visited quite a few states. My family was never huge on, like, roller coasters and theme parks. Don't ask me why. Probably has something to do with my father's vertigo and my mother's migraines and sense of poor balance, but we just never really did. So actually, the first time I went to Cedar Point, the only time I went to Cedar Point was actually not with my family. It was with a school field trip. So, I mean, that's cool. I did get to go to, like, Disneyland and Disney World. I think I went to Disneyland. That's the one in California, right? I can't remember. Can't keep them straight. I went to Disney World, I do know. I went to Florida, like, once. No, I've actually been there twice, but the second time was also for a school trip. Yeah. We went to Florida, like, when I was really young for, you know, the necessary Disney World trip. I've been to California, as I mentioned. Actually, I went to California a couple times when I was younger because I had a lot of family back there. So we did visit there. Not often, but like every few years or so. I don't remember those trips as well. The main one I remember was the big, like, Scales family reunion trip when I was like 9 or something like that. So that was in California. Otherwise, I haven't really gone to other states for, like, vacation-wise. The closest was we went to Louisiana once for kind of a family vacation. We went to New York as a family, but I've also been to New York a few times for different things. Once was also for school. Another time was for visiting a friend, actually. That's when I was in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I forgot to mention that I actually lived out of state for just a semester. It was only a few months. It was part of a program through my school. So I lived in Philadelphia, the city of Philadelphia, for about a semester worth. And that was awesome. I loved it there. I'm not sure if I would ever want to live permanently in a city, but I would not object to being there, like, once when I graduate for a few years before I kind of, you know, settle down and do the whole suburbs thing. Because I'm a suburbs girl through and through, fortunately or unfortunately. Where else have we gone? I've technically been to Chicago a couple times. Not really as a family, as always for school or other stuff. Chicago's cool. It's cool to walk down the Mag Mile and stuff like that. I mean, I've passed through states, but other than that, I actually haven't gone through many states. I've been through more countries than states. I got to go to Scotland. That was also for a school trip, school choir trip. That was amazing, and I loved it. Beautiful country. We went to all different kinds of cities, and so that was pretty cool. And I think that's kind of it. So, like, we've traveled, but nothing, I mean, we traveled kind of all over the place. Nothing, like, super, some people, of course, when I tell them I travel, they kind of, when I start ticking off the places, they all of a sudden are able to tick off more. So I'm kind of that weird in between where, like, I've traveled more than some people, but also quite a bit less than other people. But honestly, I have no objections. The places I have traveled to were pretty awesome, and I am very thankful for that. The problem is just that this economy, I have no idea if I'll ever really make enough to be able to travel like that again. I mean, I was pretty lucky to be in a family that was able to put forth that money to do that, but man, I just miss it. I'm hoping this summer, actually, I'll be able to travel for something for school. It's not looking too good right now, but part of me almost just wishes I would just do it anyway, just because, I don't know, I really like doing it. It's pretty cool. I guess this became a traveling episode. Okay, that's fine. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope something amazing happens to you. Without further ado, I hope to see you all in the next episode. Bye!